Hey guys, in the last audio, I talked about what magic is and how exactly it works. And in this audio, I'm gonna be talking about some other important things. And I think that for this audio, I'm gonna pick timelines because this is such a popular question. How long is it gonna take? Can you tell me how long it's gonna take? Do you know how long it's gonna take? So let's talk about that. Quick answer is no, I don't. I have no idea. So, timelines will depend on several factors, as you probably know, and those are your target, meaning how stubborn they are, how strong the energy bond is. It's going to depend on the situation. So, how hard the situation is. Every situation I get is going to be a hard situation because if it wasn't a hard situation, you wouldn't be needing me, you wouldn't be asking me to help you, right? But still, there are hard situations and there are harder situations. So, usually, what will make a situation extra hard will be a third person. If you are blocked, if if your ex blocked you, if your ex doesn't want to see you and hear from you, and you have made the mistakes of trying to get in contact, of sending a bunch of messages, just things like that. So if you have made some of the really big mistakes, you can find the audios on mistakes if you search it in my channel. So you'll find it. And if you are in no contact for a while, that's a harder situation. If it's been a long time since the breakup, that's a really hard situation. And in that case, I would suggest the reading to see if I even have something to work on. So, what I would be looking in the reading would be basically if your person has moved on. And by moved on, I mean if the energy bonds are just not there anymore. When I say move on doesn't mean what majority of the people will assume, which is basically if they are with somebody else. It can mean that. But moving on basically means if they are over you completely, if they're no longer attracted to you, if they no longer have any feelings for you, if they no longer have any interest in you, basically. And usually when it's been a long time since the breakup, it will be impossible to get them back pretty much, and then I will have to inform a client of that. It's not always the case. Sometimes energy bonds do stick around, but in majority of the cases people will move on. So moving on is not about finding somebody else necessarily. A person can be with somebody else and still be into the ex, still be attracted to the ex, still think about the ex, still have feelings for the ex. And a person can be single and no longer be attracted to the ex, no longer be interested in the ex, and no longer feel any feelings for the ex. People are complicated, and let's not generalize them, let's not make them simple, because they are simply not. So those are going to be the hard situations for the most part. Now, the third thing it's going to depend on is your vibration, which we talk about all the time. So we will not discuss it further now, for now. Okay, now what is very important to mention is that spells, magic, it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. There is no quick fix. Yeah, sometimes they're gonna work fast if the person shifts their vibration really quickly, if the situation is not that complicated, if the target is a very responsive to pushes, it can happen. But majority of the people that come to me have really hard situations, and that will just not happen like that. It's gonna take time. And yes, it can take relatively long. So we are talking months at least. Usually for really hard situations, I would say 3 months is usually the fastest, and it can take up to a year or even over a year. It's the reality, it's the truth. magic is not a quick fix. There is no spell. You may seen the spells like that people sell that say, oh, you're gonna get your ex back within a week, or in 3 days your ex will be back. But let me tell you something. There is absolutely no way that there is a spell that will bring every ex, no matter what's the situation and no matter who the ex is and no matter what your vibration is, back in 3 days. That doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense. And please be careful. And I'm aware that when a person is desperate and really needy and sad, it's going to be very tempting, because everybody would rather have the ex back in 3 days than in I don't know when, and I don't know if they're going to be back, right? It sounds better. The quick fix sounds better, and that's just how it is. And I understand that. But I'll be honest, there is no quick fix. Another thing is, if you have a really tough situation and you're not in contact with the person, or you're blocked or something, you will most likely not have movement for quite a while. It can be. And then, suddenly it will start happening. But, if you stick around, if you're still going to be patient, and if you're still going to want it, obviously, if you're going to trust the process and be patient. So I am completely aware that when there is no movement for a long time, the person will, just give up, or it will be really hard and terrible. I understand that aspect as well. This is why magic is not for everybody, and that's totally fine. It's not an easy process. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can do this, and not everybody can go through this. And that is the reality of magic, of this working. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes working on yourself, because you need to change some stuff in your energy for your spell to work. It is what it is. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not a quick fix. It's not easy. I really want to say this and be honest about it. It's not, oh great, let's do a spell and I don't have to do anything. So if you think that that's what it looks like, then don't go for it. I don't advise it in that case. So that is a little bit about magic that I think everybody needs to know before they purchase any spells. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.